Andrew Neil blasted Scottish independence on Twitter in a row with a user, referencing the country's imports and exports. The chairman of the upcoming GB News responded to a Twitter thread about the SNP's plan for an independent Scotland to still use the British pound. Mr. Neil has been outspoken about the issues with Scottish independence movement, and has previously warned Nicola Sturgeon it could put the country into a recession. After John Rentoul, chief political commentator for The Independent, and Sylvie Burnett, director of EU Citizens for an Independent Scotland, discussed the impact of leaving the UK, Mr. Neil weighed in. He suggested Scotland may not export enough to offset the costs of its imports. Responding to Ms. Burnett's claim Scotland is a net exporter, Mr. Neil said, "So what's the size of Scotland's balance of payments surplus?" In January, Mr. Neil stated it was time to fight back against the SNP on Twitter, and claimed there are multiple threats pouring out from legal authorities. He tweeted, "Scotland is awash with government-inspired gags on the media, vital documents redacted, important evidence submission censored or buried, multiple threats pouring out from legal authorities. I think it's time to fight back. Watch this space." During an interview with Ms. Sturgeon in 2017, Mr. Neil said the independence plan has been the subject of heated debate due to its potential economic impacts. He said, "The Scottish economy is now growing at less than a quarter of the pace of the UK economy. It could be on the brink of recession. Don't you think that you should end your obsession with independence and start generating some growth in Scotland in response?" Ms. Sturgeon added, "Yes. We've seen some growth slow. The UK as a whole has seen growth slowing. We've also had the issues with North Sea oil and gas, which has fed through the Scottish supply chain. It comes after the 20th opinion poll in a row showed a majority support Scottish independence. A panel-based poll found 52% of people support independence. Panel-based poll 206 people in Scotland from the 19th of January to the 22nd of January on average. 55% of those surveyed back Scotland leaving the UK. It also follows Lord Dunlop, former Scottish Secretary for David Cameron, insisting a second independence referendum should be rejected as it is the responsible thing to do in a future of the Union paper for centre-right think tank Policy Exchange. He said, for the UK government to reject a demand to hold any time soon another referendum on Scottish independence is not, as Nicola Sturgeon would have it, a denial of democracy. It's plain common sense and the responsible thing to do. Lord Dunlop noted the ongoing economic damage from coronavirus, and stressed working together at a time of crisis should be a no-brainer. He also proposed Prime Minister Boris Johnson set up a new cooperation fund, which would promote greater joint working between the UK and devolved governments.